Hey, what is up guys, Skeletal QZ back again with another video. And if you haven't heard the news, Salvopisscake was exposed. He was exposed as a sex degenerate who loves piss and clowns by none other than his Salvo news teams, which, if you guys know, everything they say is credible, has no lies whatsoever, and is with good heart. Basically, what the SNT had uncovered was that Salvo was cheating on his wife by sexting and flirting all these other women that are either fans of him or part of the SNT crew. Nothing really serious was going on apart from 3 notable ones, and mind you, none of these women, none of the 30, are minors, so that's a first. One of them involved drinking piss in the name of Salvo. The other one had actually banged Salvo, but apparently he had recorded a video, but he says that he was watching YouTube Studio or some bullshit like that. The other one was delusional enough to think that they were in a 6-month relationship, even though they live on 2 different continents, and claiming that Salvo was going to leave his wife for her. So yeah, that's very interesting, especially when you have only part of your hand. But that's pretty much the gist of the situation. There's a bit more that I want to talk about, but in terms of that part of the story, I will leave you to go watch the Keemstar show, as they do a 3-hour stream where they go over with some of the victims involved. And yeah, if you want to go more in detail, go watch that. I'll leave a link in the description below to the video, or leave a title card. So yeah. What I find funny though is about all this stuff coming out with the women is that he would accuse a lot of people like Xylee, Tipster, and even Flamenco of degenerate, similar acts, and yet here we are with Salvo having a piss fetish along with a clown fetish. So I find that, very interesting, and also the whole cheating on your wife thing. It was funny how he accused Tipster only for it to be, just a project. I don't know, I find that a little funny. The other part of the story, and really this is the part where the SNT crew got really exposed for being frauds, is their whole chat logs. Yes, their Discord server where it was hosted by Salvopisscake himself, along with members of the SNT crew, and you could see the Discord that there was a lot of stuff, a lot of degenerate stuff, so they themselves aren't the heroes that they claim to be. So yeah, that's why I don't consider Clara a fucking victim, because of how much shit she knew, and so much gay opping and doxing. Yes, doxing was involved, and really they all knew, and they act like as if they didn't do anything and they were joking, but clearly, considering how detailed they went in these logs, yeah, I don't think that's the case. So one of the examples of doxing is the fact that they were planning on contacting Bunk's parents to drive a rift between Bunk and Clancy. Yes, for those of you that don't know, Bunk is a commentary YouTuber who does debates on random people, and I guess CJ Brown doesn't like him. Now, I'm not saying that CJ Brown was behind it. Oh no, we can't say that. Otherwise he gets his ego hurt. But basically he doesn't like him, along with the whole SNT, and they kind of want to cause him grief. Why? No reason, they just don't like him. So what better way than contact his parents and try to have a rift between a friend of his? That's that it makes so perfect sense. But yeah, that was one of the plans. Never happened, but they're pretty fucking retarded for trying to even think that they could do that, because Bunk he himself has said that there is no connection between his parents and Clancy, which I don't know why they thought that would cause a rift. Honestly, they're fucking retarded. Willie Mack, yes, who is a friend of Salvo, at least he was, obviously not anymore, and I'll tell you why in a second, was going to get doxxed in the sense that they were going to contact his fiancée to ruin his marriage proposal. Yes, and why, you may be asked? Well, no reason, they just thought it was funny, and somehow Salvo didn't know this, because when Willie Mack went to confront Salvo on Shot from the Point, he called him out for dodging all the questions about doxing and saying how, he thought it was just funny, and how Nate dropping their first and last name isn't doxing, even though it is, and I'll bring up some examples later. And also, not to mention that whatever the SNT does aren't really his workers. Yes, he said that earlier in the stream, and he still uses that in defense, that whatever they did, he had no idea, even though they are called the Salvo News Team, and he is the head mod of the Discord. So any channel that they make, Salvo is going to automatically see, because he's in charge of the server. Hell, he's the creator of the server. He's going to see it no matter what, private or not. So the whole excuse that he did not know what was going on is complete horseshit.
I want to use language that like sets me up that like I was a part of it, or like I was close to with these people that were acting in nefarious ways. I disagree with it.
You were acting nefarious, and the people that happened to be part of your news team are doing the same exact nefarious things. And that's all just a coincidence.
It is.
Seriously? Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going with?
I gotta be honest with you, like, Salva, it does, like, you know...
But I don't care about all the
odds here,
shit you do, but the doxing shit's wild, and the fact that you're like, first and last name doesn't count, I mean, that's embarrassing, because of course it counts. First and last name is how you find people's phone number and address and everything. Of course it counts.
Right, but I'm saying it's like me giving the first and last name to about two people is very different than me acting in this Discord with other people doing this all the time. Like, that's two separate issues.
I don't know how dude, you guys are all doing it. That's the point. You're all doing it. Am I wrong? I mean, you just said yes.
Willie, I don't agree with you saying that we're all doing it.
Connor.
That's what you're saying, that like...
So when all this evidence of you guys doing it has happened, it just comes out that it's like, how do you just say no? You're just like bold-faced lying right now.
Because I never doxed, crazy, I never doxed with anybody in any server ever. So it's like, you want to have that and bring that up. All I can say is no. All I can say is no, though.
It's more messed up the fact that Willie Mack is a friend of Salvo. He's been friends with him. He's always kind of been one of the people to defend Salvo, saying that it was a character and that he's bringing fun to the community. So for Salvo to kind of backstab him and not do anything about it is kind of sad to see. Salvo himself has also admitted to doxing people, as he released Kristen Ark's first and last name on the Keemstar show. He even played his voicemail on stream twice.
Chris, yeah, shut the fuck up. Chris, shut up.
Whoa.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what happened.
Why did you say that?
There's no way he said that.
Why did you say that?
That was weird.
His fake docs?
No.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
His fake docs? I know, but
Scary.
that is somewhat similar to his name. So don't.
It's not actually not. It's actually not.
Okay. I don't really know his real name.
Because I don't know either.
And guys, if you can get this show to 1,000 likes, I'll give you his phone number.
Oh, that's real. He'll
I've had
do
that phone
that.
number since I was like 10. Fuck. And if you get it to 5,000 concrete viewers, his address.
We can all go there.
For 5,000 viewers, sure.
Wow. He's sacrificing his everything.
He also threatened to release his address, and with Xylee releasing her address, he released a former member of his SNT crew, his first and last name, Parkin Tigers, on Twitter, along with his face. He also released a YouTuber by the name Vito, his docs as well, on the stream Fireball, or his show. And at first it was an accident, but you can tell in the clip that he later put it back, in which he did. And he also passed around Brantley, who, if you don't know, is the girlfriend of Keemstar. When she got doxxed, they were passing it around in the SNT crew and weren't really trying to take it down. They were just passing it around and kind of laughing it up. So yeah, Salvo was a piece of shit for thinking, doxing isn't a big deal and that it's fun. Not to mention, I guess releasing first and last names aren't that big of a deal, according to Salvo. Even though you can find a lot of stuff connected to your first and last name, surprisingly. So yeah, Salvo's a piece of shit in that regard. One more thing that was actually leaked in that, and I almost forgot, is that Salvo leaked his contract that he had for the Keemstar show. Yes, Salvo had a contract working for the Keemstar show. I don't know the full contract, I haven't seen it, but it was shared on there, and it was enough to, piss off Keem, to where Keem is going to be suing him, and Salvo's going to be fighting back. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, but I'm already calling it right now. Keem's going to win. He's been in lawsuits. He knows what he's doing. Salvo clearly is in the wrong because it's an NDA type of, I believe that's what it's called, type of contract where you're not supposed to leak it, you're not supposed to share it, and this idiot went ahead and did that. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to play out in the next couple of months, I guess. Now, Salvo hasn't gone live himself and said what he's been doing to sort of address all these allegations and really, I guess, expose the SNT crew from his standpoint. He's been going around tour, joining, smaller creators, going on their Discords and sort of going live with them and explaining his side. And, for the smaller creator, it's good. They're bringing in views, boosting up their subscriber count. That's good and all that stuff. But it's pretty obvious for Salvo that he doesn't want to go on shows like the Keemstar show, Xylee, Chris and Arcs, and none of these shows because he knows he's going to get railed up the ass by them. He's going to get hard pressured. Really, the only big one he did was Tommy C, only because Tommy C is probably one of the more, I guess, charitable creators out there, as Salvo was crying like a little baby, not wanting Nick, Chris, or, even Keemstar on his show. However, gladly took, random callers. I just find that very bitch made, considering Salvo built himself as this Giga Chad and no fucks given type of guy. So, I don't know, that sounds a little pussy-like to me. Okay, so originally I wasn't going to talk about him, but I might as well now, especially with the newest episode of the Keemstar show. But basically, Edwin was exposed as a liar, knowing full well that Salvo did cheat on his wife because he was involved in a threesome with Salvo and was trying to pawn off, I guess, his girlfriend or some fan off to Salvo. Yes. Edwin knew all along because he's been going around saying that he didn't know and that he didn't know that Salvo cheated on his wife and that it was a loving relationship, which no, it's complete horseshit. And even in the Tommy C show, Nick called him out for it. He said something different in private and he says another story in public, which is a complete bullshit, which I will leave a link in the description below to Nicholas's video and the Keemstar show. But yes, Edwin is exposed as a cuck, and not to mention he also fucked over Bo Blacks. Apparently he was talking to the girl Olivia, who is one of the, I guess, alleged abused victims of Mama Max. Edwin was going to cover the whole situation with Mama Max and some of the victims. He was, I believe, interviewing Olivia. She told her whole thing, and Edwin was going to, I guess, make a video or something like that. And in the end, he tried to hit on her, which is really fucking disgusting, especially for someone who went through what she went through. So yeah, it's pretty fucking disgusting for him to try and do that. That's very, very fucking disgusting. And apparently, I guess he was trying to drive a rift between Bo Blacks. I don't know, somehow with her and Bo Blacks, I should say. I don't know what's going on with that. But again, I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, just Edwin is untrustable. You can't really trust him. I don't think his career, or at least his trust in the community, is ever going to come back. I think straight up they're just going to, not associate with him. I mean, he was friends with Tipster and Keem and Xylee, and for him to do this is just pretty scummy. It's obvious that he tried to, go after the most cash cow, Salvo, and it went so well in the end for him. So yeah. As of right now, Salvo is on tour, going on to smaller streams, and on Twitter, he's just releasing his proof, I guess, to prove that his innocence, and also showing some docs apparently. And as for Edwin, he's gone into hiding as always because he doesn't have someone to leech off of anymore. And as for the SNT crew, they're molding in their own filth. I know CJ Brown is going to be boxing Bunk apparently, which, I mean, that'll be interesting. I really want to see that nerd get his face clocked. But really, honestly, I don't think Salvo is his whole career. I wouldn't say it's done, but I don't think he'll ever get the same viewership as he did before, nor will I think he'll ever get the trust of the community, because the problem with Salvo really, and you could also say this is his gimmick or his strength, is really just the whole is it fake, is it real type of thing. You never know what Salvo says could be the truth or not. Now he's making claims against Flamenco that he took his break because of his 14-year-old girl. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, you can never really trust a Salvo, and I think that's one of the things that is probably gone forever. Nobody will ever trust Salvo along with other creators. And as for Edwin, same case with him. His probably is a little bit more salvageable, but again, you can't really trust him. That there's always going to be that you can't trust this type of vibe with him. That distrust, the disloyalty with Edwin. You never know. You can never really trust Edwin now, and I think his credibility really in the community is just destroyed. There's really nothing you can do to fix that. Viewership-wise and content-wise, he probably can bounce back, but I think it's just, again, that distrust he has with his fan base and other creators. And as for the whole SNT crew, at the end of the day, they're nobody. They're not going to amount to really anything. They try to be big shots and take over, the position of the leader of the SNT crew, and it works so well in their favor. Again, none of these people are heroes in their story. They all did degenerate stuff, and they try to get one over the other. No one is a hero in this story. But those are really just my thoughts on this whole situation. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other videos. And be sure to do more commentary videos. Hopefully not as scuffed as this one, but we'll see. And with that being said, I am out.